just unboxed my Rode Wireless Go, and it's an amazing little wireless microphone setup. It's quite small. Here are the two different, there's the receiver and the transmitter. Very easy to pair up. You just have two white buttons at the bottom that you press. It takes seconds to pair up. There's nothing to do. And on the receiver, you get an LED. There we go. There's the LED there. You can see that it's working. And I'm using the microphone here, which you know, you'd keep the same distance as a normal mic. It comes with a little dead cat, two dead cats actually, and it also comes with a little TRS to TRS cable, and you can see here I've got mine plugged into a TRS to TRS connector and into a lightning connector, and into my phone, which has been held up on a BT50 Beast grip tripod, which is excellent. What's really good about this is that you can actually use it this way, and you can hear me, you know, I've been mucking around with it, but you can hear how this condenser mic is working. Or you can take a smart lav or one of your other microphones, and in this case it's a smart lav, which is a TRRS microphone, plugged into a TRRS to TRS connector and straight into here to see what it sounds like. Now, what's this sound like? Here am I talking now through the smart lav. You can hear me, and I wonder what you think about that. And here I am again talking into the microphone that's built into the Wireless Go. So you can do your own tests to see which is right for you. But as I said, you can put any microphone you like in here. Very, very tiny, very small. I love them to bits. I love them so much that I bought two sets, $279 each in Australia. That's Australian dollars. So I reckon they're great because they're small and they're easy to use, and with a range of 70 plus
meters, it makes them really good value if they work. And let's take a look. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down this road straight down, which is about 70 metres long, and then we'll turn the corner and see what happens, because roads say 70 metres is their distance, but I'll keep turning around every so often, so we'll work out when it actually breaks up with my back to it. Cheers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, I'm not sure whether it's breaking up, but I'm now turned towards it, and I wonder whether it's any better. It's at 20 metres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 40 metres, and I'm turning to it, and I'm turning away from it and turning back to it at 40 metres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's about 60 metres now. Probably more like 50, I reckon, because my feet, but at 50 metres, what's it doing? Can you hear me? And what about if I turn, but can you hear me? That's roughly at 50 metres, so let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now that's probably 70 metres, and that's the limit, they say. A short Richmond Street. And can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me now if I've got my back to it? What about if I go round my back to it? Another 10 metres around. I'm now walking into line of sight at about 80 or 90 metres, probably about 85. And you should be able to hear me, I hope, quite well. And I'm walking back now. Here we're at about 70 metres here. That's kind of it. Again, we're not looking for the difference in lapel mic and the condenser mic here. It's just about whether or not it's receiving or breaking up. To talk to my mum, who's 86, a little bit deaf, to see whether or not this thing works as a mic between the two of us, which is another use for it. You could put it on the table. And Mum, it's lovely and sunny today.
Yes, it is. It is very nice sunny day, but now turn cold. because it's already light. Already it's light, die and coming cold. Maybe tomorrow is going to be nice day again.
Yeah. And but you're working very hard during the day. You're here looking after my backyard, and you're 86. How come you can work so much?
I can work. I can still work. Yeah, I can still work. I'm still in energy to work, to do some work.
And it's important to keep working, isn't it, Mum?
Yeah, it is. If you're working, you feel more energy. If you sit down, then you collapse.
Yeah. Do you think I work enough?
I don't know how hard you work. Maybe.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do a bit of my technique where I'm going to, the other one was just as if it was stationed on a table. And this one we're going to actually do a bit of this and see how that works. Mum, you still go to the market with your trolley every Saturday morning.
Yes,
Why is that important?
I do, because I like little bit go to walk. That is mine things, to go little bit out from home and buy something, vegetable. Some men selling fish over there, and I buy some fish and vegetable, and then from market I go to Coles to buy some shopping.
And that's like a routine. You've been doing that for
All
60
the
years.
time.
For 60 years.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah,
For 60 years?
I doing that for long time since I'm in Melbourne, in Richmond.
So there you go, a few different tests. There was the length, how far, and that did quite well. Putting it on top in the centre of a table, which we sort of imitated, that I think would work as well. And also the reporter situation, apart from me holding it a bit close to my mouth, it worked well as well. Certainly there was no noise of it moving backwards and forwards. You could actually plug a proper reporter's mic into it, and it would make it even better still. So I think overall it's showing up to be quite good, certainly for what we want to use it for, which is in our Mojo kits for all our students. I think it'll prove to be a successful and affordable piece of kit. But there's one more test to be done, the drop test. Okay. And there it is from 2 metres. I hope it's still working. Now, I've been asked about whether it looks nice. Now, there it is. You can see whether it looks nice. But I don't think that's really the issue, because people that talk about those aesthetics don't obviously use radio mics a lot. So I don't think that's an issue. So excuse the noise and the thing. If you don't like the look of it, because they're only meant to be used in situations where you really need to use them. Those of us that use radio mics would use them differently. So here we go. And what you would do is you would get it out of sight, out of the MCU shot. And you would put it somewhere down there, and you would use a lapel mic. Does it sound any better with a lapel mic? Here it is, radio mic at the same point. It looks better, of course. But does it sound any better with the lapel mic? Here's the lapel mic again. You can be the judge of that. All we're doing with this test is trying to work out what the frequency, how well the actual frequency and the engine in this thing actually works. But if you don't like the look of it, put it in your pocket, put it on your belt, do what's normally done with a radio mic, and stick a lapel mic in it. Now, this is only a smart lav, right? You can get a much more expensive lapel mic to put into this, and I think that's kind of really up to you. You can get very expensive capsules, mics with really good capsules. So this is a very cheap one for about $70 Australian, so $55 US. So I think it sounds okay, but it also sounded okay. I thought, without it. It sounded okay without it too. So it's really a matter for you. If you don't like the look of it or you don't like the sound of it, put a lapel mic on it. What we're doing, as I said, we're testing the engine, and the engine works line of sight up to about 85 metres at least, which is more than what they say. So I reckon for $275, that's a really cheap engine.